Hello, my name is Jim White. I am the author of Opportunity Investing: How to Revitalize Urban and Rural Communities with Opportunity Funds, and CEO and founder of PhD Opportunity Fund LP. You do not need me to tell you how devastating COVID-19 has been globally, and specifically in the United States. We have lost over 100,000 American lives to the virus. Unemployment is rising. Bankruptcies are rising. Injustice continues to raise its ugly underbelly. Our political leaders are more concerned about re-election than the American people's health and welfare. Congress has passed stimulus packages. However, in my opinion, we need more, not only for the private sector, but our state governments need federal funds to help stabilize their budgets as well. You that follow me know how passionate I am about qualified opportunity zones and qualified opportunity funds, which was created as a result of the Tax Cut and Jobs Act of 2017. Why is this such a big deal? Investors can invest capital gains into a qualified opportunity fund and obtain four major benefits, and they are: number one, you can defer recognition of capital gains invested until up to December 31, 2026, and postpone paying the federal tax obligation until the tax return due date in 2027. Two, if you hold QOF interest for 5 years, the federal deferred capital gain amount will be reduced by 10%. Three, if you hold QOF investment for 10 years, any additional, now this is a big deal, any additional in excess of the deferred gain recognized in 2026 on the sale of QOF investment is not subject to federal income tax if sold prior to 2048. Four, you receive income distribution from QOF's earnings. And I'm going to add a number 5, and I think this is probably the biggest one. It will benefit more than 35 million Americans that reside in the QOZs, and that number was pre-COVID-19. With the unemployment continue to rise, I see no way that it will not impact the rise of unemployment in QOZs. See no way that it's not going to impact that. It will impact it. COVID-19 has challenged QOFs and QOZs as well. On June 4, 2020, the Internal Revenue Service issued Notice 2020-39. What is 2020-39? Well, it provides temporary relief to qualified opportunity funds, QOFs, and their investors as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. I will summarize the relief. Number 1, extension of the 180-day period to invest in a qualified opportunity fund. To obtain the benefits under the Qualified Opportunity Zone rules, QOZ rules, investors have 180 days after realizing a capital gain to reinvest the proceeds in a qualified opportunity fund, QOF. Notice 2020-39 provides that investors whose 180-day period would have ended between April 1, 2020 and December 31, 2020 now have until December 31, 2020 to make an eligible investment in a QOF. 2, QOFs get relief from the 90% asset test. This is another big deal. You know me by now, everything's a big deal. The QOZ rules require a QOF to hold 90% of its assets in a qualified opportunity zone property. Such a 90% test is determined by the average of the percentage of qualified opportunity zone property held by that QOF as measured, 1, on the last day of the first 6-month period of the QOF's taxable year, and 2, on the last day of the QOF's taxable year. Notice 2020-39 provides that there are no penalties, and again, another big deal, for any QOF that fails to meet this test whose last day of the first 6-month period of the taxable year or the last day of the taxable year falls between April 1, 2020 and December 31, 2020. I know a lot of stuff running together there, and we're going to have this 2020-39 on our website, so you can download that as well. Number 3, the 30-month substantial improvement period is extended. This before these rules section was very confusing for a lot of people, so this is very important. A QOF that purchases existing property within opportunity zone, which typically, for this purpose, we're going to real estate, must substantially improve. The new owners, the QOZ business, must substantially improve such property. In general, the substantial improvement requirement is met only if, within 30 months after acquisition, the QOF spends more to improve the property than the adjusted basis of the property. Notice 2020-39 tolls the period from April 1, 2020 to December 31, 2020 in determining the 30-month substantial improvement period. Number 4, and again, you can see it coming, another big deal, right? Number 4, the 31-month working capital safe harbor is extended. Careful attention here. In general, a QOF may rely on a 31-month safe harbor to deploy, that's really important, to deploy working capital pursuant to a written plan and still meet the QOZ rules, and in certain circumstances may rely on an additional 31-month safe harbor. Now, pursuant to the National Emergency Declaration issued by the President in response to the COVID-19, assets within an opportunity zone are also considered to be within a federally declared disaster area. I'm going to say that again. Are also considered to be within a federally declared disaster area. Now, again, another big deal. As a result, a QOF may have an additional 24 months to expend such working capital for a total of 86 months. Now, this is really important. This you really need to take a deep look at this, take a deep dive into this, right? Number 5, QOF 12-month reinvestment period is extended. Now, that's reinvestment period. A QOF may roll over proceeds from a return of capital or sale of its QOZ property within 12 months and maintain the benefits under the QOZ rules. Notice 2020-39 provides that if such QOF's 12-month reinvestment period includes January the 20th, 2020, then the QOF may have an additional 12 months to make such a reinvestment. Now, as I said earlier, we're going to have the 2020-39 on the website at phdopportunityfund.com, so you can download that and read the language in detail. I think I misspoke up here. It says, I said January 20th. It's January 2020, right? So I want to thank you. As always, the purpose of doing these videos is to do everything we can to help bring clarity to the rules, and just because this is such a huge, huge, I'm going to use the word tool, especially during this time. We have such great opportunities, investors, to look at projects within these QOZs, and there's plenty of capital, and we just got to make sure that we're doing things right. And these rules, and they're, like I said, they're temporary. Is a big deal. It's going to help a lot of our funds, to include ours. So I'm going to thank you for your time. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.